Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. This is my lovely wife, Jen. In real time, we are not married yet, but by the time you're watching this, we'll be on our honeymoon. So we wanted to make sure we got this done so that you would still have content while we're off in love on our honeymoon. Sorry. Anyway, last video, we saw the first half of Zack Snyders Justice League. We have held off on any review or discussion of it, really. I'm really happy to finish the second part very briefly without giving away too much. How are you feeling going into the second half?
I'm curious to the conclusion of the film. I'm waiting for them to really just all get together as a team against the Steppenwolf. That's what I'm looking for. It's a little bit slow at times, but I can understand that they're kind of building up that anticipation. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll finish off the movie and we'll see how we're feeling. Let's go to get into it, part 2 of Zack Snyders Justice League. Part 5, All the King's Horses.
Exhume Superman from the grave. Check.
I hate Atlanteans as much as you Amazons do.
Hate is useless.
I like how they're not helping him, Dig.
Wonder Woman. What do you think, man? You think she'd ever go for a younger guy?
Shoot your shot, man.
Every guy's a younger guy.
That's a good point. Perspective. Shoot your shot, man. It's gotta be real stinky. Well, no, his Kryptonian cells probably wouldn't decay, would they?
The test came back negative. Everyone's clear, including you.
You should get dressed.
I'm always dressed.
ID. Aye, aye.
That's cool.
Really cool, very handy.
Legit. Roger that, sir.
Thanks, Pops. That's cool.
That's intense.
Wait, they're trying to like bring him back. Why didn't they do this earlier?
The mother box will alert Steppenwolf, so if they're wrong, Steppenwolf's gonna come and know where the box is. Aw.
I can feel that, like, that would be a very realistic reaction.
You're like, oh, fine, I get the whole blanket.
Oh.
Was that a pregnancy test?
Yeah. How long ago did he die?
It's gotta be a few months at least. He's probably gonna want that picture, guys. Someone wanna grab that?
Welcome, Victor.
I'm in.
I'm in. It's always the line.
Just do it.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
What is that? Wait, what?
I think this is like a vision or something. Oh, jeez. Vision of Superman coming back evil. Jeez. Them chills.
That's him? He's alive? Oh.
His hair would actually probably be pretty long.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Kal-El, no!
Kal-El, no. Jeez.
We need to restrain him.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me who you
Well, where's Batman?
He's working on it. Oh, still one of the coolest moments.
Oh, that's so eerie. He's just throwing her around like she's a Raggedy Ann doll.
I know. Superman can keep up with that speed, too.
And we don't know why he's like this, or is it because of what she said? He just doesn't know who he is.
He just doesn't know, yeah.
Uh,
Homelander.
I know. Oh no!
There's Batman.
Where you been?
Couldn't keep up, I guess. Superman flew away so fast and the others left. He just probably had a light jog from the ship to there. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Batman doesn't have any powers though. So I feel like, I don't know, all these other superheroes that are no effect on him and are really, really strong.
Well, we'll see what Batman does, I guess.
I mean, I guess he could have a chat with him. I mean, oh my gosh.
Oh God, he's just Batman's just like, oh jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire!
Oh crap, if they would have just brought her along, they would have been fine.
I know. Could you imagine if he just lasered her head off, like in The Boys or something? Smell like death.
Oh no. That would be terrifying. Oh.
Wait! No!
Oh man, and it didn't work?
I don't know why he didn't step outside of the glass to do that.
Great. Yeah, that was pretty pointless. Like, maybe he did do something to it. I feel awful for him.
Anything that hot would have to blink off the charts on a thermal imaging system. We have to get back to my lab and use
That's why I did that.
scan the Earth for thermal anomalies.
I still don't think he had to kill himself to do that, but
Put on a shirt, guy.
He's home.
Can you imagine like driving down the street and
Yeah, just like-
seeing this?
or we'd be like, let's go check out that foreclosure property. It's a Friday evening, just got off work.
See these two.
Is that Superman?
She never told anyone.
Maybe that's why Bruce didn't help her.
And
She never said anything.
wow! Brought some friends.
Yes, yes.
It's badass, Alfred.
Zoom?
Enhance image.
How is he building? The Unity's in there.
Do you think you can use the reflection off that windshield 200 miles away and clean it up?
I want to plug into the Unity, one-on-one. He's never fought us. Not us united.
I just wanted you to know they cut the water off here. So that poop you left upstairs, it's gonna be sitting here for a while.
Take that as a yes.
I'm here for this, but don't y'all have a world to save?
I don't think he knows what's going on. I don't think she really knows either.
Well, they're just being super useful right now.
But surely it's gonna click to him that they brought him back and that he attacked Batman and the rest of them. Or, you know.
Aww.
I'm really me, Ma.
Aww.
He wanted me back for a reason.
Yeah.
Soon.
I had a dream. It was the end of the world. Barry Allen was right here. Lois Lane is the key. I think it's something more. Light is its nature. Yours too.
Prepare for his arrival. Synchronize.
Willem Dafoe.
Take out the tower, the dome will fall. We have a plan.
The symbol of the House of El means hope. And that hope is the fundamental belief. You will give the people of Earth an ideal.
His earthly father and his heavenly father.
You will help them accomplish wonders. All the hopes and dreams.
Those goosebumps.
Looks really good.
The way we loved you.
Love them the way we loved you. Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
That looks really good.
All right. Batmobile.
Whoa. I like it.
Wow.
Oh, oh no, oh no. What's he gonna do now?
Well, Wonder Woman saving the day.
Can he fly or not?
Aquaman?
Yeah.
No, he's just really durable. Wow.
Did he deploy his seed?
Yeah, he's just like chilling out in his chair. No.
You go do your thing.
Oh, this ought to be good.
I'm assuming you're Alfred.
I really like the outfit.
Yeah, looks good in black.
Hope you're not too late.
Oh no.
You guys are pretty intimidating, dude.
For sure.
Why did you abandon your own sisters? You went there to protect them from me. And sadly, you could have.
Plays that psychology game with her.
It really only seems to do that to her.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your sisters begging for their lives, as did your mother. Not impressed.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
This turns into ice. Superman is so freaking powerful.
I really like the eyes.
Yeah. Homelander.
Yeah, I know. I can't unsee it.
Just see him just cutting people in half.
All right.
Everyone get their licks in. Oh, yeah. They cut off his head thing.
It's almost synchronized!
Okay.
It's too late.
Oh.
Just gotta go faster than the speed of light, far beyond the speed of light. You gotta break the rule, Barry, and you gotta do it now. One of the best of the best.
That's really cool.
Make your own future.
Is he going back in time?
Yeah, he's like rewinding time. They showed it a little bit when they brought back Superman, when the box fell, then came back up. Got that Under Armour sponsorship, I guess.
We've been waiting for you, Victor. My broken boy.
I'm not broken.
Good for you.
I'm not alone.
Oh.
There you go.
Deliver him back home.
Oh, jeez. He looks like the guy from Ready Player One.
Anti-life is found to sod. We will use the old ways.
So I guess this is like DC's like Endgame.
Yeah, I don't know who was first, Thanos or Darkseid, but they're both pretty powerful. Darkseid's, I feel like, more of a Superman villain.
I like the black outfit better than the blue.
Yeah, looks sharp.
Nothing breaks, Victor.
How do you go see my father?
Aquaman has a movie that takes place after this.
Broken. Unexchangeable.
6 chairs, right there.
Supposed to be the future Hall of Justice.
Job.
Your foot's in the door.
His foot's in the door! That's my boy right there!
You're gonna get maced again.
Good for him.
How did you get the house?
Yeah. Glad you did that.
I bought the bank.
I get the symbolism of him dropping the clothing, but that still looked like a $100 coat or something.
There are things more important.
Can he like take off his clothes in his house and then just leave them there? A homeless man could use that at least, you know.
Where he's going, he needs no clothes.
Well, we're going, we don't need clothes.
Time. You stand. The time is
classic.
Luther, I'm gonna have to come in there.
So he escaped?
Looks that way.
There.
Is that Deadpool?
It's a Deathstroke. Very similar character design.
Mom, I was just celebrating God's return.
I heard you're a few clowns short of a circus.
You volunteered to destroy the bat free of charge. Why the pro bono work?
You better not be wasting my time.
Ooh, and endure your wrath, Mr. Wilson. No, I wouldn't think of it. But if you want the Batman, here is something that can help you. His name is Bruce Wayne. Good boy.
That's Vincent Manganiello. Vince Manganiello. Do you remember that nightmare thing that Batman had in the last movie? Where he like saw this like apocalyptic world. He had it again briefly in this one where he saw Superman like killing everybody. That's what this is.
We can't be out in the open much longer. He'll come for us.
Let the bastard come. I want to make him.
I understand how you feel, Mira.
Fish stick. He knows exactly what it's like to lose someone he loves.
That's supposed to be the Joker?
Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm. Remember in Suicide Squad? It's the same Joker.
Flounder is right. How many can die in your arms before you grow numb to death? I'm your best friend. Who's gonna give you a reach around? Poor Lois.
How she suffered so!
How many alternate timelines do you destroy the world because you don't have the colonies to die yourself? A truce, Bruce. To discuss with you in any way like why you sent a boy wonder to do a man's job.
Jeez.
Make no mistake, I will kill you. Slow.
He's found us.
Can I help you? No, the anti-life equation is here somewhere. I'm here to help. I've realized I have a stake, and it's time I started fighting for it. Glad you're here.
What is the movie after this?
There is none.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's the Aquaman movie, but the story is kind of stopped.
They're not going to continue it?
I mean, I know they're working on Aquaman 2 right now, but it's...
The Martian Manhunter.
You can tell he looks a little different there. This is one of the reshoots a few years afterwards.
Aww.
All right, just finished our 4-hour movie. I know we didn't do a whole lot of talking throughout this one, not a whole lot of commentary. We were pretty immersed in it. I was enjoying it. It's probably I think the second time I watched it. I think the first time was actually when we did My Friend Watches. So I was glad to be able to kind of rewatch it again, refresh, and I have some thoughts on it as well. I'll probably hold off giving a whole lot of my opinion. It's probably gonna be a lot of rehashing of when we did My Friend Watches. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll put a link either here or in the description so you could, scrub through that one. I'm mostly interested in hearing what you have to say. This was a long movie. It's been a little bit since we've watched some of the others, and totally and entirely different from the theatrical Joss Whedon cut. I know you don't have anything to compare to, but it is so vastly different. It's really incredible how different they are. But what did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty well done. However, I did enjoy the second portion of the film much more than the first. And that's just a matter of circumstance. I mean, they're setting up the first part for the second part. I completely get that, but I was a little more entertained for the second part. It was just so jam-packed with action, and you had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of characters involved. I'm trying not to compare it too much to Marvel, but I do have to say that it's a very different feel for these DC characters just on their own. The film was definitely dark, which I really liked. I liked the idea of Superman coming back and for a split second really being unaware of who he is, which has him in this fog where he's just unleashing his power on everybody. I especially loved that it was Lois that kind of brought him to his senses, made him kind of lower his guard a little bit. I loved that it was her. They could have easily gone with Batman, but Lois was the appropriate person, I felt like. The number one thing that I liked about this film is the visuals. It was really well done. There were a lot of scenes that I felt like could have come out cheesy, but they looked good. It was just a visually appealing film. I really liked the character of Cyborg. I don't know what his official name was.
Cyborg, that's right.
I liked that character a lot. I thought he was really interesting. I thought he was fascinating. Very strong personality. And then you had the connection with his father and drama, tribulations that they had within their family. I liked that. I liked those layers. I don't know how to feel about the character of the Flash yet. When he first came on, I was a little bit like, this is the guy that's gonna play this character that helped save the world. But I think it was just more the contrast from the other characters. But as time went on, he was a quirky kid, and oh, Falcon, you're gonna have to get off me. You're hurting my belly. Or you could just stay there, it's fine. He was a quirky kid, There were times where I felt like they leaned into it a little bit too much, especially with just the tone of the film. I think that sometimes it wasn't appropriate. It wasn't a huge issue for me. It wasn't something that made me dislike the film, but I did feel like that character kind of stuck out. I did like his powers though. I will say that. I thought that was very fascinating. And that's why I asked Holden, does he have a movie himself for the character? Because I realized that kind of in this situation, I may be not getting the greatest first impression of him. I don't know, maybe I'll see him in the future again. Aquaman, who I love. I really like Aquaman. I mean, he's a very different character. He speaks his mind. That's one of my favorite things about him. He was the only person that was like, this is not a good idea. We should not do this. And I did like that. I like that they threw that in there, that we had this person that was on their side, but really was not on board with doing this. So I do appreciate that they threw that in there. I liked seeing him. Of course, we had Batman. We just saw the Batman with Robert Pattinson. And I can't help but just feel like, and I probably commented on this when we saw the previous movies with Ben Affleck, but I just don't think he's like the best Batman for whatever reason. I don't even know what it is, so don't come at me. Other people that have played Batman, I like better. And so in this film, it just didn't carry the same weight for that character. I don't know if it's just because we saw the Batman recently or what, but Ben Affleck, I think he does play a very good Bruce Wayne though. There were scenes that he was Bruce Wayne. I liked him. I like him playing Bruce Wayne. It's just the Batman, I don't think he's the greatest fit. That's just my opinion. Wonder Woman. I love her. I think she's great. I've never really been like a Wonder Woman fan, but She was fantastic in this film. She, to me, really led their team in a huge way. Not to mention that she is fiercely strong. She has some major power. Loved her. Obviously, Superman. I really didn't, I thought he was going to appear in the movie a little bit sooner. He really came in towards the end, which is fine, but he is, it's Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
Phenomenal. He did such a great job at playing Superman, especially that part. And it's probably one of my favorite throughout the film is when he's brought back and he's just destroying everything and everyone. I really enjoyed that scene a lot. I think that actor was perfectly cast. He has a really good range. He plays a lot of the emotional scenes very, very well. He plays a really good, strong guy, a really good, strong superhero. Love it. The villain.
Steppenwolf.
Darkseid. I thought he was great. He was absolutely terrifying to me. And what made him terrifying was that he was so powerful. I was really worried about our superheroes because they just could not get a leg on him. He was very powerful, and just visually, he was very intimidating. I think they did a great job. He kind of reminds me of like the Thanos for Marvel, so there was some overlapping with that, but I thought he was great. Just seeing the scenes where he's literally picking up our superheroes, throwing them across the room, or hitting them with that sledgehammer that he had, those were great scenes. I really enjoyed it, and I loved seeing him with each of our superheroes. You know, we had the scenes where he was with the Amazonian women and he was taking them out. That was another great scene in the movie that I liked. It was sad to watch because they were plummeting to the floor. Sounds kind of crazy, but I enjoy those scenes because it displays just how powerful and scary he is. So that definitely added to this film being really, really dark. I was a little confused as to his leader. I'm not sure what his name was.
Darkseid?
Yeah, so what was Darkseid's goal? Just to destroy Earth?
Well, he wanted to get the mother boxes back, priority number one. And then there is the anti-life equation.
But that came in later though, right?
Right, well the mother boxes were first, so he wanted those mother boxes back. Because Superman died, the mother boxes were calling out to be retrieved by Steppenwolf or by Darkseid, so that's what prompted them. Because he had failed conquering that world like 5,000 years prior, just on his hunt to conquer worlds.
Oh, that's right, okay. I forgot about that flashback. So basically they wanted to finish something that they started.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. As far as the villains go, they were really, really great. And I feel like for any film like this, the villains are such a huge part. So they did a great job with that. I liked it a lot. It's a long film. I mean, y'all knew I was gonna say that. It's a long film. Some scenes that I felt like weren't necessary. However, I wasn't bored. It was very much immersive. It was really hard for me to watch the scenes with Lois, like just reliving that trauma of not having somebody that she cares about. That was really difficult. It was a pretty good film. I'm not sure how many times I would watch it again. I think it was a good film. I think that there was a lot of characters, a lot of good characters in it, and some new ones for me. Like, I didn't know anything about the Flash. I have never heard of this cyborg character. So it was really good to see those characters. The biggest complaint for me is I wish I would have been able to see Superman and Batman kind of team up a little more, just because at this point we're hearing from Batman like how important it is to bring him back, and it would have been a nice payoff to see them kind of go at it together. But you know, that's a small thing. That's probably my biggest complaint. I think that it is a better movie than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's good. I think watching it again, for me, like without the theatrical cut like fresh in my mind, without having kind of seen Batman v Superman or Man of Steel in a minute, my enjoyment of this movie I feel like has grown. There was so much stuff happening like at the time with Warner Brothers trying to compete with Marvel because Marvel had just released, I think, Avengers 2 at this point in time, and the only movies that they had done for their DC cinematic universe were Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. And in Batman v Superman, they introduced Wonder Woman and Batman. So it's they're trying to do all this character building and trying to catch up. So when the theatrical edition comes out, which is only 2 hours long, cut down version of this with a bunch of other stuff, hiring Joss Whedon to try and Marvelize it a little more. A lot of the tone was changed for a more lighthearted, again, Marvel tone. That didn't work, so we have characters like Cyborg and The Flash and Aquaman who are really introduced in this movie, teased at the end of Batman vs Superman, but really introduced in this movie that you have absolutely no character development for. And this is supposed to be their thing that competes with the Avengers. The Avengers, who are now in their phase 2, we have Iron Man, like 2 Captain America movies, a Hulk movie, and nothing for the others. They went back and they did the Wonder Woman prequel, showing a little bit of her story. But it's the character like Superman that we're more drawn to because we know him a little bit more. In this one, we kind of understand Batman a little bit more, because he was in Batman vs Superman. So I like that they spent the first half of this movie trying to get what character development they could in an honorable, non-rushed way. They give Cyborg his moments, they tried giving Flash the moments, and they tried giving Aquaman. They probably still needed their own independent films to establish who they are, kind of where they come from. But given the circumstance, this was probably the way the studio should have gone with these characters. The latter half, once we finally get past that first introduction, Batman's recruiting, and into the meat and potatoes of, okay, Steppenwolf is collecting the mother boxes, he's already got 2. We're bringing Superman back. I really like that they took their time. Yes, it makes the movie 4 hours long, but it really was necessary. You could argue the epilogue stuff wasn't as necessary because Zack Snyder knew, or at least as of now, knows that they're not going to continue with his universe.
That was my other biggest negative, I guess. Knowing or hearing from Holden that they're not going to continue it, that's really frustrating. Especially because, how long this movie is and how much work was put into it. I feel like that's kind of a slap in the face for fans, and that may just be me, but just investing that much time and then for it not to continue and building it up so much. Hearing that was a big disappointment.
The weird thing is that they are, but they aren't. Like there's the Aquaman 2 that's been in production for forever, which is gonna be Jason Momoa's Aquaman. There's Flashpoint Paradox, which was canceled and then greenlit and then postponed again, and then they're continuing on. And that's going to be like their version of No Way Home. The rumor is, well, I don't think it's rumor, I think it's confirmed now, but.
When they made this, was there any discussion about continuing it? Or at that point, had they already made the decision that it would not continue?
Yes, they wanted to continue it at the time.
Okay, all right, then I take back what I say. As long as there was an intention, however, it seemed like to me that when they made it, the decision was already made that they weren't gonna continue that story, which would have been frustrating. But that's not the case.
Right.
Great, okay.
After the reception of the theatrical cut of Justice League, which is the official cut, which is the official continuation, not this, Warner Brothers was like, okay, well, we don't know what to do. So then they did kind of a smart thing where they were like, what if we let Marvel have the universe, shared universe thing, and we go back to kind of solo films or trilogies and just leave them at that. So that's why we got Joker, which was a good move. Joker was a fantastic movie. It's why we got The Batman with Robert Pattinson, which is its own thing. I think that they're talking about continuing on with that Batman line, so are they gonna have that happening simultaneously with this universe stuff? I don't know. One of the scenes that they shot after the fact was that scene with the Joker, with Jared Leto's coming back, because Zack Snyder never got the chance to have Joker from Suicide Squad interacting with his Batman from Batman vs. So he really wanted that moment. And one of the things they talked about and they alluded to in Batman vs Superman was one of the most famous deaths in comics. It's like Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, Batman's parents, and then the death of Robin. In the comics, really interesting factoid real quick about this. So in the comics, there was an arc where the Joker had kidnapped Robin, and the writers of the comic let fans decide what would happen. So they had fans mail in the solution, and one of the solution was, and they'd already penciled in and drafted both. so they were deciding which one to publish. And one was let the Joker kill Robin, and the other was let Batman save Robin. And the fans voted for him to kill Robin. So the classic, and it was a huge deal. It was a really, really big deal. And so the Joker killed Robin with a crowbar. In Batman vs. Superman, you see Robin's suit with ha 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 jokes on you, Batman. And in this one, Joker's like, he knows what it's like to lose someone, never let a boy wonder do a man's job or whatever. So that has happened in this universe, and I would love to see some of that. Luckily, the Arkham games give us a really cool and really in-depth look into that as well. I know I said I wasn't going to talk a ton about it since I had already rehashed stuff, but my point is that I really enjoyed watching it again with some time, with some gap between the others, and kind of getting the studio stuff and the culture stuff kind of out of my head and just enjoying it. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it, I think, more than I did the first time, and I still liked it the first time, but more so this time. What would you rate this movie?
The writing and the visuals for this film stand out to me. It was a pretty good film. You know, the length was long, but I knew that going in, and I do agree with Holden that you kind of needed that time, because I think if it had been cut down, you wouldn't have gotten all these impactful moments. I also have to note the music in this movie was phenomenal. It added to the movie, which is exactly what music should do for a movie. It really made you feel those moments of, you know, frustration, anger, sorrow. So they did a great job with that. So I think I'm gonna go with an 8.
It's pretty good. I don't remember what I rated it when we watched it with Matt, but I think now, and it could be the exact same rating, I'm gonna go with an 8.5. My feelings towards this one have much more favorable. It was never bad, but I'm just like, you know what? This is good. This is some good stuff. You know what I think it is? I think that I can appreciate, albeit I don't like some of the things that Zack Snyder does. And I didn't like the moment with in the bank with Wonder Woman at the beginning, where she saves it from exploding and then blows it up anyway. I just don't like, he does things like that, where I'm like, everything is perfect, and then you do this one thing, and I'm like, why did you do that one thing? That's my thing with Zack Snyder. For me, with this, I feel like he loves these characters. I feel like he was uncompromising in the way that he wanted to do this movie. Whether or not I agreed or liked every single thing or every direction they went, you can tell that he was passionate about it, enough to where he came back and re-edited and reshot it and shot stuff in his house, you know? The amount of respect I have for that type of thing and for him for doing that is really, really high. So I feel like it bleeds over into this project. I loved it for that. So 8.5 for me. But of course, those are just some of our thoughts on the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. We'd love to know some of your thoughts down in the comments below. I know that there's going to be some DC Marvel conflict, and people hate when we, DC fans hate when we compete or compare with Marvel, but
I definitely think Marvel has their strengths, and I love their superheroes, but I also think that there is positives in DC's characters, so
yeah, for sure. I hear you, I agree with you. It is hard because they are cut from the same cloth. It's I feel like it would be disingenuous if I was just there's nothing similar about them at all. I mean, even moments of the mother boxes and then Steppenwolf hunting them down, we can't help but think that that's a lot like Thanos hunting down the Infinity Stones. I'm just saying, people get so upset that we compare them at all, but I'm like, they're I can't help it, you know? And not the saying that Marvel is the standard, and unless it's done the same way, I'm not saying that. So yeah, I agree with you. I think it should be treated as its own thing. I agree with you. If you are gonna argue down in the comments, please try to be respectful whether you're a Marvel or a DC fan. I think there's redemptive qualities in both of them. So let us know what you think down below. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like. It does help the channel out a lot. Jen and I are on our honeymoon right now, so we do have several movies planned ahead. We still would love your comments for comments of the day, but we probably won't get to them until we get back. So hopefully you'll enjoy some of the stuff that is coming your way. The patrons voted for the next movie series. In real time, we actually don't know what it is, but by now it's probably already available on Patreon. So go check out Patreon, you'll get to early access for some of those. You'll also get the full-length reaction to this movie. You'll just need your own copy of it so you can watch the whole 4 hours with me and Jen. How great is that? So we would love for you to check that out. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everybody.